I believe they're right. It's going to be hot in Georgia. They say this is supposed to be the hottest day we've had so far. Hey, good morning. Glad y'all join us. Um, Welcome. Got a couple of stories that I might tell you. Also, we've got a special guest this morning. My wife Laura is joining us so she can help me tell this story I'm going to come up with. She was there, and if it hadn't have been for her, there wouldn't have been this story. So we'll welcome her and welcome all of y'all. I was a little over 60. Might have been 61. I think a month over 60 when this happened. See, that's what she's here for, is to correct.
2003.
So in March 2003, I'd already lived a couple of lifetimes. I thought I knew everything there was to know about me. I had been in the military, in the Air Force for 8 years. I had had a career as a 30-year state trooper in the state of Georgia. And our pottery career was getting underway. We had started doing a few shows and progressing our work and figuring out what the heck we were going to do with the rest of our life. We bought a motorhome, decided we want to travel, and I was trying to figure out, how do you pay for the gas for this thing? And so we decided to motorhome and maybe selling some pots. So we took the show on the road. And each year, we do a show down in Florida, outside of Melbourne. Well, actually, the show was in Melbourne. And my uncle lived down there in a community called Palm Bay. Of course, by about this time, Palm Bay had already grown to something around 300,000 people, I think. It was a monster and spread out for miles and had become its own town. But anyway, we go down, we stay with my uncle, visit him while we're down there. We probably go a few days earlier, stay a few days late after the shows are over. Visit my cousins and get together with them a little bit,
Spring training games.
Spring training games. My uncle loved the Braves, and they had their spring training, and also there was a spring training team in Melbourne. I forget who it was. The Braves weren't there, but he always wanted to go see a Braves game, so we managed to always work at least one end of that. So one morning, as our habit was, we would get up. We parked at a motorhome place down there we really liked. It was right on Palm Bay. You could look out the window and out over the bay there. We get up, go over to Uncle Paul's and have breakfast with him. Then we'd either have something scheduled for the rest of the day or pick us something. So this particular day, we had breakfast, and we'd finished having breakfast, and the three of us, my Uncle Paul, Laura, and myself, were sitting around the dining table and having us a cup of coffee. And Uncle Paul and I were telling the same old usual war stories. We had both been military. He was Army. He had retired from the Army. And at one point, early in the Vietnam War and just before, we had been in the military at the same time, so we were sharing war stories back and forth.
Which I had heard innumerable times over 20 years.
Most of them, yeah. And Uncle Paul, I was asking him, I was interested. I knew that at one point he was still a young man in his mid-teens, living with his mom and dad, my grandparents, and they Papa had bought a farm up in Kingsport, Tennessee. And they were running into some problems paying for it and this, that, and the other. And Mother and Dad had gone up there and lived to try and, save the farm or get it, sell it or whatever. Anyway, they were living up there. And I wanted to know a little bit more about it because what I knew was a little vague. So I asked Uncle Paul if he could tell me something about that time. I also knew that right after they got rid of the farm up in Kingsport, Dad had gone back to working for TVA. And my early years, he worked on and off some point for TVA. Well, anyway, I asked my Uncle Paul if he could tell me anything about that. And he thought for a minute and he said, yeah. Said, when they got you up in Tennessee, well, I didn't think a thing about it. I was just going along drinking my coffee and listening to the rest of his story. And
I go, wait, stop, what did you say? And everybody looked at me kind of funny. And I said, you said up in Tennessee when they got you. What does that mean?
And when she said that, you would have thought there had been a curtain pulled over my uncle's face. His expression went blank, his eyes clouded over, and he never said another word about it. Never learned any more from him. But later that afternoon, we were meeting his daughter, my cousin Angela. We were having lunch with her.
Fred and Uncle Paul were walking up in front, and me and Angela were in back. I said, what do you know about Fred being adopted? And she looked at me kind of funny and said, you mean he didn't know? And I went, huh, well.
So I think later on, Laura, Angela was like I say, she was younger than me. We weren't raised together, but she knew that I was adopted. Well, that stirred the curiosity in Laura, and she began to check with the family. It turns out that all my cousins, all my aunts and uncles knew about this. My cousins all knew about it from what she could gather.
Your ex-wife knew about it.
My ex-wife knew I was adopted. Evidently, one of my other uncles, had gotten a little tipsy one night and spilled the beans and extracted a promise from her never to tell me, and she was good to that promise. She never did. And I don't know whether I commend her for being that way, but or why in the hell didn't you tell me? But that was how I found out that I was adopted. Now,
one of your cousins actually said that your mama threatened them within an inch of their life if they told you.
That had to be Marty telling that probably, or
yeah, I think maybe.
Maybe.
She said she was mad when she found out.
Yeah. But she didn't tell me.
No. Your mama
she might have been mad, but she didn't tell me.
Your mother was quite a force to be reckoned with.
Now that she was. Mama was. You didn't cross Mama.
Oh, if you did, you had to pay for it. Ask me how I know.
Well, Laura we've been together now 41 years. We just celebrated 41 years of our anniversary. And according to my mother, Laura was the one that she picked out for me. Now, I don't know exactly how she did that, but that's Mama. And, but whatever it was, it stuck. Here we are 41 years later. Now, I'm going to kind of end this story right there. Just let me tell you that fate and life can do some weird things to you. there I was. I had been raised an only child all my life. I thought I was kind of.
Don't spoil the rest of the story.
Oh, I'm not. But anyway, and we'll get back to another part of the story later on. But I just wanted to introduce y'all to the fact that at 60 years old, my life did a complete change as far as who I was with the bloodline that I thought I knew and didn't. So anyway, listen. Hey, thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate it. I appreciate Laura being out here. She's got a much better recollection than I do.
I'm just not fond of being on camera.
But and thank her and thank Jalen's our videographer and editor. If y'all enjoy these stories, please tell your friends, give us a like, and follow us. Subscribe to our videos, and if you want to see more of them, if you've missed any of them, go to somethingsouthernpottery.com.
Bye, Fred.
Y'all come see us next week. See y'all.